The following segment of Daytime Buffalo is sponsored by Elder Care Solutions. For this week's Purposeful Living segment, I'm joined by the segment's creator, Phil Pullman, on behalf of our sponsors at Elder Care Solutions, with an organization dedicated to providing a sense of community for aging individuals here in Western New York. So welcome, Phil. Tell us who you brought in today.
This is Deborah. She is in charge of Soaring Spirits. And then we have Beth, and then we have Jeff. And they're widowers, and you know, they're going to inform us of what a great organization this is.
Yes, Debbie, we'll start with you. Tell us about Soaring Spirits and what you do there.
Soaring Spirits is an international nonprofit started by a woman named Michelle Neff Hernandez, who lost her husband years ago and had very few resources. And she created Soaring Spirits first as widow conferences on weekends, and then it grew to regional groups all over the country and in Canada.
Oh, wow. Okay. So Beth and Jeff, would you mind sharing a little bit about your story and then your experience with Soaring Spirits?
Me first, okay. I joined Soaring Spirits. My husband had been dead for about 1.5 years, and my house was really quiet and very lonely. Although I had other people I went out with, but this was new people to me, people that actually understood what I was going through and how I felt. And quite honestly, it's brought a ton of joy and laughter to my life. We do many activities. I don't participate in all of them, but I have done like side shoots or whatever you want to call that, where I've gone with a couple other women, and we went to Elkaville and went shopping, and different things that we've done that have been fun. So there's many opportunities to socialize within the group and with outside of the group, and it's really filled my life up with joy. So
beautiful. Jeff, what about you?
Men grieve differently than women. It's very, very difficult for a man to walk into a group like that. Difficult for anyone. About 7 or 8 months ago, just to help men get through it, I started a group where we get together once a month for dinner, just the men. We don't talk about widowhood. We talk about whatever we want, and that's become very, very well. Walking into a new Soaring Spirits group that you haven't been to before is hard. When you realize there are other men there. It's about 80% women, 20% men. So we try to foster widowhood for men.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the Widowed Village and explain to us what that is.
Widowed Village is actually a website associated with Soaring Spirits, widowedvillage.org. You need to register if you're a widow, widower, or if you've lost your long-term partner. With Widowed Village, there's resources, there's pen pal groups, there's virtual groups, and there's a lot of resources that you can gather being a widower, widower to help you get through this hard event.
Alrighty. Can you tell us about Camp Widow? This is an event that's held all over, but there isn't one coming up in Buffalo.
Yes, there is. Widowed Village has sponsored Camp Widows all over the country, and the one that's coming to Buffalo will be held on October 10th, 2026. For more information, go to campwidow.org. It's a one-day event being held in Cheektowaga at the Grapevine Restaurant.
Nice.
So that will sponsor workshops and groups and speakers that can help you as a widowed person go forward.
Phil, tell us why you thought it was important to highlight this organization for Purposeful Living this week.
Well, you know, we all have somebody that has lost a partner. And as time goes on, you know, people just don't know what to say to you, and you feel like people don't understand you, correct?
Yeah.
And when you're in a group that other people are in the same shoes that you're in, you feel more at ease. And they're with you to walk along with you through this new path. one thing that I was browsing through the websites, you know, if you've lost somebody, you know, and you reach out, you know, they will send you a package too of
Yeah.
things that you should actually do, you know, like with Social Security and all these organizations and things that you should reach out to. And, you know, being together, you know, with people that are going through the same thing is really good. And the one thing that's very inspiring that when you go to the website is it's very positive. They don't focus on the death, correct?
Right.
You focus on moving forward.
Yeah.
And I think that is most important, is to move forward. And it's very hard when you've had a lifelong partner.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
very much so.
Where can our viewers go for more information, or if they think this is something that would be great for them or a loved one?
Well, they can start with soaringspirits.org. That'll bring you to the national organization. Widowedvillage.org will bring them to the site where they can register and get the national resources. Here in Buffalo, in our North Towns, and we have a North Towns group, a South Towns group, a group in Niagara Falls that's smaller. There's a group in Rochester. There's a group in the Southern Tier. And in our Northtown group, they can find us on Facebook under Soaring Spirits Regional Group, Buffalo, New York, North Towns.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and sharing a
Thank you
little
for
bit about
having
your
us.
story and this amazing organization. Viewers, if you or a loved one are experiencing loss and grief, there's help at soaringspirits.org and widowedvillage.org. This Purposeful Living segment is sponsored by Elder Care Solutions. Thanks again for coming in.